Righty ho. Um, Good afternoon, everyone. It is midday, it is Sunday, so I have said I'm going to come online. So I'm coming online with Stellaris, um, which is a personal favourite. Um, so, just checking out some of these. Sorry, just checking that the channel's looking okay. Can be a little bit hard to ascertain. Right, Sunday Stellaris. Um, Obviously, with all of the DLC installed, and just about to start a campaign. More than happy for advice in chat if anyone's got any ideas about what we'd like to do. At the moment, I'm just going to have a look at the different races and see what we get. I'm pretty keen to play some of the new Origins in particular because I've played through one or two of them so far with varying degrees of enjoyment. Some of them are pretty meh, some of them are really good. So if we go for a new game, just checking you can see everything alright, yep. Obviously we'll create a new one, see what we come up with. Where are we? Origins. So this is obviously the big change that came in with the, not the Lithoid Species Pact. God, which pack did it come in with? Oi, oi, oi. Anyway, right. This is the big thing at the moment, and yeah, Stellaris has turned over the years. So I bought it when it was vanilla. It has turned into a really good computer game, really replayable computer game. So you've got all sorts of really cool origins. I had a bit of a play with, well, Prosperous Unification is the default, it's fine. I had a bit of a play with Remnants, that looks fun. Shattered Ring looks fun. Void Dwellers, I had an amazingly fun game with an empire that I created based on the OPA from The Expanse. Great television series if you've not seen it. Brilliant television series. But yeah, as you can see, there's quite a few I've still not played. So I've not played Doomsday, I've not played Lost Colony, not played Calamitous Birth. So yeah, up for a bit of a trial. Mechanist doesn't. I suppose I will give it a go at some point. Doesn't really, and same with Syncretic Evolution. There were versions of these available on the previous games anyway. Life Seed is quite cool. Start off with a really good homeworld. Post-apocalyptic again is kind of a variant. Can be quite fun if you find lots of tomb worlds. I think probably the one I'd enjoy in this particular run. Oi oi oi. Tree of Life. On the Shoulders of Giants. Galactic Doorstep. Scion. Had a quick play with Scion. It feels absolutely broken. If you've not had a play on it and you want an easy run, I recommend Scion. You just get such a head start at the beginning depending on what you're given. Like, you can be given fleets that will literally destroy everyone around you at the early game. Do we go Tree of Life? Do we go Doomsday? I haven't played this one yet. Challenging Origin. Your homeworld would explode in 35 to 45 years after game start. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. And in fact... Right, so appearance. What are we going to go for? We're going to go for... Let's go for humanish. Should we go radically different? Yeah, let's play something. I saw a cute video on YouTube about a rescued fox yesterday, so that wins. Species name. Species name. Starfox. Starfoxes. I know I'm not in the meat of it yet, but gotta have your aesthetics as well. And we can have Starfoxian. There we go. Don't bother with bio. Names. Yeah, fine, that's fine. Traits. Now, traits obviously quite important. What do we want to go for? I quite like unruly as a I quite like unruly as a negative. So, well, let's go for that. In terms of the positives, since the new DLC, I am a massive fan. Where are we? Oh no, it's alright, not yet. So what have we got? Resilience. Whoops, didn't mean to take that. Consumer goods I always seem to run short of, so that's okay. Defense army damage is trash. You really don't want to be in a position where you need defensive armies to be that good, or you're in big trouble anyway. Enduring's okay. Got 4 points to play with. Conformists. Charismatic. I do like charismatic. It's probably not the best one, but I enjoy it. Strong is pretty good. Army damage, as I've said, I'm not that bothered about, but resource output, yeah, let's go for it. I love Unity. Let's go traditional, strong, and rapid breeders. Good at the beginning. Adaptive is handy. Agrarian, ingenious, industrious. Oh, yeah, let's go intelligent. Bit of extra research. You can see I like researching. Homeworld doesn't matter too much. Vababa. Bava. Yeah, okay, let's go for Bava. Let's be snow foxes. And the lithoid cities are really cool. Mammalian. Plant. Humanoid. It's really random that that's reptilian, but that's avian. Let's go reptilian. I actually quite like the look of the reptilian ones. Yeah, the origin, let's go Doomsday. Government and ethics. I really want diplomatic corps. If you've not played the new DLC, diplomacy is suddenly important in Stellaris. Really important. And right, over here. So ethics. Disables tutorial. Yes, that's okay. Do you want a bit of militarist? I want to have a good game with Federation, so let's be at least vaguely xenophile, so that people don't absolutely hate us. It's always nice to have guns though, so I might go militarist rather than pacifist. Xenophile militarist. We're not min-maxing this, I'm just going for what I think would be a laugh. Faction influence gain plus 50%. Or materialist. Or research speeds. I take this a lot though, so I'm just trying to play something a bit different. So let's go egalitarian, and then what can we get? Byzantine bureaucracy, no. Cutthroat politics, maybe. Distinguished admiralty is always nice, just your ships are better. Efficient bureaucracy, nah. Environmentalist, free haven. Functional architecture, Idealistic Foundation, Merchant Guilds. Mining Guilds isn't bad. Merchant Guilds. Might be fun. Nationalistic Zeal. Police State. Some of these are fun. I might go Merchant Guilds. I like Unity, and a little bit of money's no harm anyway. So yeah, let's go Merchant Guilds for now. Could we go Megacorp? Hadn't really thought of that. No, let's leave it for now. Let's go full on democratic. I don't really want to be a military commissariat. Could be a representative democracy. Ugh, that feels just too nice. Now we're a military commissariat again. Fine, fine. We need to get off our planet quickly, and I haven't been maxed for that, so that could be interesting. Advisor voice.
You seem overworked. Have you considered joining a union?
Just 1 second, stream. I've just want to tweak my volume settings. Right, apologies for that. Yep, that sounds angry enough for me. It'll make me giggle every time. Empire name, not too worried. Starfox Commonwealth. It's like perfection. Flag. Hi, Kuro Canape. How you doing? As you can see... Well, great. How much do you know about the game? As you can see, I don't know. Well, if you probably don't know much, I'm literally just right at the beginning. So I've played quite a lot of Stellaris and just having to play around with some of the species creation and the empire creation. But I can do a quick rewind. I don't know how much of the stream you've seen so far. I'm going for an origin that I haven't played before, which is Doomsday. Which is a challenging origin. Basically, your world's going to blow up, and in a game where, homeworlds give you a pretty good boost for a long time into the game. But, we're on here to have some fun. Yeah, so if you want me to do a bit of a revision, just shout in chat. Otherwise, I'll keep going on. I'm onto the fairly mundane stuff like flags at the minute. Well, the snaky thing. I don't know why that's zoological. Right, we'll use the footprint. Ship appearance. I mean, a lot of this is fluff. It's just, I hate the look of some of the ships. I think the reptilians have got great artwork, and then the ruler. We'd like to be snow foxes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you've watched tutorials, you've probably got all the basics. Some of the most simple stuff, things like appearance and species name, that's for flavour. It's nice to have a good flavour, of course. Compared to the alternative, which is something that's really boring. Whoops. Sorry, just shutting down some bits in the background. Don't know why that's all gone mad. Yeah, it's nice to have a bit of flavour. And I enjoy the roleplay aspects of it. No, please do ask questions. It's way more fun doing this streaming if someone's actually watching and interactive. I mean, if I wanted to just... Yeah. Please feel free to ask questions. If I just wanted to play this game on my own, I wouldn't have it on a stream. So I'm more than happy to answer some questions. Yeah, don't worry. There's loads of questions. I mean, it is a good game, and with Paradox games, you need to be a little bit careful when you buy them on vanilla. So I've had this since it came out. The games, they put a huge amount of long-term investment into the games. So a game like Stellaris that's been out for a few years and it's got loads of DLC is really, really good. Um, Whereas the more recent game, Imperator, I just find it a bit bland. Crusader Kings is great as well if you've ever played any games like that. Now, if you are new to Stellaris, a lot of this stuff is aesthetics, so role play and just what you want to do. So appearance, species name, name list is all of the aesthetics. The traits are very important. They have really quite strong effects on how your empire plays. Um, the home world sounds critically important, and obviously ours is going to blow up, um, which is not great. But that could happen with any of these. A lot of this is about flavour as well. There'll be dry, wet, frozen worlds of all types in the game. Um, the origins can have really quite profound effects. Some of them are really fun. So I had really good fun with uh, where are we? Void Dwellers. I had a really fun game on that where I got boxed in early but played a tall game. Really, really good fun. Um, on the Shoulders of Giants, much more fun in terms of roleplay. There's a real good story to it. Um, and these really do affect the game. Or at least some of them do. And then government and ethics really has profound effects. So, for instance, I've gone militarist. My ships can fire faster, 10% faster. That has a big impact. Um, I'm, I just like egalitarian. Resource output's good. Influence gain is good because influence, especially at the beginning, is hard to come by. And then the latest DLC goes really strong on diplomacy. So I've gone deliberately Xenophile because it gives me an extra envoy, and I've also gone for a diplomatic corps for two more envoys. Um, so yeah, they can really, and then everything else is really just making your empire look and sound pretty. Some of these, yeah, in terms of the worlds. Sorry if it's lagging a bit. I'm not sure if the questions are coming through instantly or not. Um, but in terms of the world, where are we? Your species. So I've chosen frozen snow foxes. Your species is always going to have an advantage on frozen worlds. So your population will grow quicker, and you will find that your workers are more efficient. Um, so you'll have to pay if I was to settle a completely opposite planet. So what's this one? A savanna world. So a really dry, warm world. Maybe a desert world would be the opposite. A dry, warm world. Then what you'd find is, yeah, no, definitely going to play the diplomacy. So sorry, I think there is a little bit of lag on your comments coming through. Um, Extermination. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I I I haven't played many runs as an exterminator. I should. Yeah, sorry about the delay. Not sure why that is. Probably because Stellaris is taking up a lot of the encoding going back. But anyway, the worlds, yeah, it will have a profound effect on your gameplay. So a desert world at the beginning is it's not that you can't settle it, but you take a big hit in terms of the resources you get out and put in. Hopefully, we'll see a range of worlds. I probably won't settle some really really terrible worlds. I will go back but you will see there's a range of worlds, and some worlds are better than others. But probably the best plan is to actually get started. Um, I'll save them for now. Done. I'm gonna reset the game to defaults. Is not eligible for achievements. Why is it not eligible? Please. I like playing in Iron Man mode, which I realise is a bit of a risk if anything goes wrong with the technology. Um, yeah, let's just go with default for now. Default's a good game. If your computer's struggling a bit, then you can get a lot more out of it, and we may yet see this. I've upgraded my computer. Oh, diplomacy, yeah, Star Trek. um, yeah, Star Trek. I must admit, I'm more of a Star Wars person. I'm sorry, but it's true. Um, if your computer's struggling a little bit, reducing the number of planets, going to a smaller galaxy, you can still have a really fun game. But I've recently upgraded my computer, so I will take the risk of playing it on this. And I'll go for a spiral galaxy because I think it looks pretty. Yeah, let's go. So, wonderful. We've got our Starfoxes. You start off with a nice habitable world. As you can see, it's a frozen one. Um, and at the beginning of the game, you're very much a tiny, tiny speck of land in an otherwise huge galaxy. In the Ebanic Vale. So there's loads. I mean, if you've been watching a few of the tutorials for something like Stellaris, you realise there's an awful lot of different levels to this game. Um, Again, Paradox games, they don't tend to be games for people who just want to click on things all the time. You really do have to do a little bit of thinking. One thing that is worth keeping an eye out early on is these star lanes. Um, in the beginning, Stellaris has different phases. I played through the first couple quite a lot, but I haven't really played the tail end of the game a huge amount. But at the beginning, what you're looking for is choke points. So areas that you really want to colonise quick in order to protect your empire. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Star Wars is like fantasy in space. Which is, to be fair, that in all seriousness is a perfectly fair description, but it's still really fun. Um, I'm a bit like that with Star Trek, although I don't consider it fantasy in space. It's obviously a lot more hard science fiction. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? But but like I say, please feel there is nothing wrong with playing on a smaller map at the beginning. The game's I find the game is a bit quicker, and certainly if your computer's lagging, and some editions of Stellaris have lagged a bit. A smaller galaxy with less planets, you can still have a really really fun game. But yeah, you're pretty tiny at the beginning. So there we go. The other thing to bear in mind if you've not played the game is, depending on your settings, and I should have focused on this but didn't, is you will have a few habitable worlds with the default settings. There'll be a few habitable worlds in your near proximity. Um, Obviously, my home world's going to explode, so I really do need to get off it quick. So speaking of home worlds, let's just go and have a quick look. And I've not seen this art effect before, this kind of nebula type effect, which is really nice. There are some really good mods as well in terms of aesthetics. Unfortunately, I was loading up the game earlier, and all of the mods I'm usually using are out of date. But I will hunt down some good ones. Yeah, sorry about the delay. I'll keep going, but yeah, I am. As you can see, I am picking them up eventually. Um, Hopefully, I'll have a look into why that is later. It may just be that there's an awful lot going on with the encoder on my computer, but it should be okay to run. We'll see. Anyway, I'm not going to focus on that. So let's have a bit of a look on the home world. So, Doomsday. This planet is doomed. It is tectonically unstable and will eventually explode. That's a bit of a downer. But the description for the origin does suggest I'll have some useful things. So hot springs, frozen gas lakes, geothermal vents. So I'm just looking here, all of these specials, and it can be a little bit hard to find where they are. Um, you can just hop onto them by having a look in this menu here. So you can see I've got extra generated districts. Nothing too radical there. Lots of nice. In terms of the game updating, yeah, I think it did. I've not played it for a little while. Um, so yeah, I guess it must have done because all my mods have suddenly stopped working. So it'll be interesting to see if there's been any major gameplay changes. But yeah, I'm loving it, and I have upgraded my computer since I last played. So I'm hoping it's looking a lot nicer as well. I mean, certainly the aesthetics is great at the minute. Right, but I mean, your planet is what it is. You've probably seen this on tutorials already. You've basically got a few different tabs. Corporate, we're not really worrying about because we're not a corporation. Um, there's a lot to kind of keep an eye on. Main one, restarting the stream fixed it, did it? Oh, that's interesting. Do you know what? I will try it because it would be nice to have a more real time conversation. So yeah, okay. If anyone else is watching, just give me